Good morning, dear students. Today in this video we are going to start 6th story of your book An Alien Hand. I Want Something in a Cage. This is the story of Mr. Purcell. Let's start the story. Mr. Purcell did not believe in ghosts. Nevertheless, the man who bought the two doves and his strange act immediately thereafter left him with a distinct sense of the uncanny. Mr. Purcell always believed in practical thing. He never believed he is the man of practical wisdom, and he never believes in ghosts. So once, one man who purchased two doves. So why this person seems to be so unusual to him? Let's try to know about that one. As though behind his departed customer there had lingered the musty smell of an abandoned haunted house. Because Mr. Purcell was selling birds, animals, so his shop there used to be a musty smell. Meaning the smell, if you are not familiar with, you will not be able to stand in his shop properly. Mr. Purcell was a small, fussy man, red cheeks and a tight melon stomach. Now Mr. Purcell is described here. He is a short-heighted man. His cheeks were red. His weight is enough. So that is why melon stomach, because of the round stomach he had. That's why he is called as melon stomach. Large glasses magnified his eyes so as to give him the appearance of a wise and genial owl. There used to be round specks on his eyes. So in his magnificent specks, he used to look like an intelligent owl. He owned a pet shop. He sold cats and dogs and monkeys. He dealt in fish, food and bird seed, prescribed remedies for ailing canaries, and displayed on his shelves long rows of ornate and gilded cages. He considered himself something of a professional man. Mr. Purcell was selling animals and birds. He was selling the food items these birds or animals were eating. If they are ill, he was selling some mild medicines also for the birds and animals. So he used to call himself professional, not a shopkeeper. He used to call himself professional on animals. A constant stir of movement pervaded his shop, whispered twitters, sly rustlings, quake, cheeps and sudden squeaks, because all the animals and birds were making various types of sounds in his shop. That's why it used to be a very noisy place. His shop used to be a very noisy place. Small feet scrambled in frantic circle, frightened, bewildered, blindly seeking. Across the shelves pushed his endless flickers of life. But the customers who came in said, "Aren't they cute? Look at the little cage." See, generally it was difficult for the customer to find peace in his shop, because so much hustle and bustle used to be a part of his shop. So whosoever is coming in his shop, most of the time the animal birds lover were coming, so they used to shout, "Look at it, such a beautiful cage. Aren't they cute? They are sweet." And Mr. Purcell himself would smile and briskly rub his hands and emphatically shake his head. And if the customers are appreciating his cage, his birds, in the picture you can see so many birds are imprisoned. They are inside the bars, inside the cage. So he used to be very happy. Each morning when the routine of opening his shop was completed, It was the proprietor's custom to perch on his high stool behind the customer unfold his morning paper. Every day, whenever he was opening his shop, first he used to customary duties. He used to do all the customary duties of his shop. After completing everything, he used to sit on a high stool, opening his morning newspaper. Till yet no customers are coming, he used to complete his morning newspaper and digest the day's news. He used to enjoy the present day's news. As he read, he would smirk, frown, reflectively purse his lips, knowingly lift his eyebrows, nod in grave agreement. Meaning he was very expressive. Whenever Mr. Purcell was reading the news, so according to the nature of the news, he was also making his faces. Sometime agreement, sometime disagreement, sometime anger, frown. So various moods were coming on his face. He read everything, even advice to the love lawn and the detailed customs of advertisement. He has enough time because in his shop plenty of customers are hardly coming up. So he used to read each and every news, even the advertisement he used to read completely. This used to be his general custom. It was a rough day. Now a particular day, I Want Something in a Cage is going to be described and our story is improving. It was a rough day. A strong wind blew against the high plate glass windows. That was not a very good day. The atmosphere outside the shop was not very good as far as the weather conditions are concerned. Smoke filled the wintry city and the air was grey with the thick frost. The air was thick. It was not a sunny day. Frost was there. Very thick day, heavy day. Having completed his usual task, Mr. Purcell again mounted on the high stool and unfolded his morning paper. As it used to be his daily custom, he had completed all the customary duties of his shop. Then he sat down on that mounted high stool, meaning he sat down there and he unfolded his newspaper, started reading. He adjusted his glasses and glanced at the day's headlines. After adjusting his glasses, he had started reading the headlines. Chirping and squeaking and mewing vibrated all around him. Yet Mr. Purcell heard it no more than he would have heard the monotonous ticking of a familiar clock. But though in the shop lots of noise was there, quacking, chirping, squeaking, all the birds, animals, they were making variety of sound. But Mr. Purcell was reading the newspaper as quietly as if those sounds were just like the tick-tock sound of the clock. Because Mr. Purcell was accustomed of all so many sort of noises. There was a bell over a door that jingled whenever a customer entered. Meaning because the room used to be so noisy, his shop, so he had done some arrangement whenever somebody is opening the door of his shop. That time some jingle sound of bell used to come so that he would be alert, someone is coming. This morning, however, for the first time Mr. Purcell could recall, it failed to sing. But this time, today morning, that bell did not ring, did not made noise. Some problem came in that bell. Simply he glanced up and there was the stranger, standing just inside the door as if he had materialized out of thin air. Suddenly there was no sound, but Mr. Purcell noticed a man was standing, a stranger was standing in front of him. Maybe he wanted something to purchase from his shop. The storekeeper slid off his stool, meaning Mr. Purcell slid off his stool for him to sit. From the first instant he knew instinctively, unreasonably, that the man hated him. But out of habit he rubbed his hand briskly together. smiled and nodded.